Well, we were going up. In March, I had 78 titles. April, 27. Let's do it. How's it going, everybody? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to my April Blu-ray update. And we are a week away from having to do May's update. I'm always late and I have excuses every time. I don't know. I'm a busy man. So anyway, small update. Like I said, last month was 78. I always say that, not last month. March was 78, and last month, which is this update, April, is 27. So yeah, not a big one, so which is cool. We'll be able to fly right through it. But oh my god, you guys, May, I've gone completely crazy. I mean, if I wasn't crazy enough, I have so many pickups in May and I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know how it happened. But it happened. I think my biggest Blu-ray update ever was 144. I remember that. And I am definitely close to that. And by the time the month is over, I probably will be over that. I don't know, but it is an insane pickups month. But some absolutely kick-ass stuff in that update. I cannot wait to do it. I'm going to try to do it really quick in the month of, when we get to the beginning of June, I'm going to try to just bust it out as soon as I can. And it probably will end up being at least 2 videos because it's so big. So heads up to you all that my May update's coming and it's going to be friggin' huge. So what did we pick up in the month of April? Let's see here. We got a little stack of A to Z titles. Little stack of horror, which I believe has some, looking at my list here, we got a Arrow in it, and then we have a new Scream Factory in this update, just one DC Marvel, one Steelbook, and then a couple of TV series that Jess will pop in a little later to show you guys. So surprisingly, oh, and one DVD, I forgot, one DVD. Surprisingly, I don't have any Disney in this update. I mean, not like I'm done with Disney because May is just packed with Disney. And I mean packed with Disney. Wow. I mean, it's packed with everything. Anyway, yeah, no Disney in this update, which is really weird. I could have sworn I picked up some Disney in the month of April, but apparently not. So let's quit talking, you guys. Let's get into the update, and we'll go ahead and start with... Okay, so starting things out with the one DVD I got, The Price of Fame, a documentary on the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I did actually get a chance to watch this, and it was really good. It wasn't one of the best documentaries I've seen on wrestlers, but he was always one of my all-time favorite villain wrestlers. So when I saw that this was coming out, I was definitely interested. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty darn good. But yeah, just not one of the best. But it was still worth watching if you're a fan of wrestling, especially, the 80s, 90s era. You'll definitely enjoy this. But it's basically about, him just getting into bad stuff at the height of his career and, cheating on his wife and stuff. That's pretty much all that it's about. But it still was pretty good. And they got a really cool... a lot of cool cameos, from various different wrestlers and stuff. So it was good. Definitely had to check that out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and show the one Scream Factory I got, and that is a brand new collector's edition of Cyborg. And I believe this is the last one to come out from the Comic-Con announcements last year. Kick-ass art on this. I absolutely love it. This is a really cool movie and kind of a really neat release from Scream Factory that you wouldn't really expect. I haven't watched it yet, haven't been able to check out the transfer or not, but I'm happy that they released this, happy to finally have it, and yeah, the artwork kicks ass on here. I did do an unboxing of this. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put that down in the description box as usual, where I kind of, really go over the whole thing, show the reverse art and all that kind of stuff. But there's Cyborg, Scream Factory Collector Edition. All right, we're going to go ahead and show the Arrow titles, and I believe I got 2 of them. So the first one I'm going to show you here is Dead End Drive-In. Cool new artwork on this. I mean, it's badass looking. I remember owning the VHS of this back in the day, and cheesy horror film. You know, it was fun. Had to pick up the Arrow release of it. The artwork, this is, like I said, the new artwork, and then this is the reverse artwork. I don't actually remember this artwork. I remember more like that one. But I don't know if that was like an alternate artwork from the original. I really don't know. But still, the new artwork kicks ass. But yeah, Dead End Drive-In. If you guys like cheesy 80s, and it reminded me of an 80s movie, but if you guys like cheesy 80s and 90s horror, check it out. All right, and then we got the brand new edition from Arrow of Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I was so happy to see this get special treatment. I was always hoping that Scream Factory could get their hands on it, but I don't think that would have ever even been possible. But anyway, Arrow got it, and if I had to pick a runner-up compared to Scream Factory, it would definitely be Arrow. So gorgeous new artwork, beautiful slipcover, lots of special features on this, like Arrow always does, and this is in the unboxing with my Cyborg too, so you know, down in the description box if you watch that video, you'll see the unboxing of this too, where I show everything on the inside. But so happy to see this get a special treatment. One of my all-time favorite horror flicks, and just one of the best, cheesiest horror movies to come out of the 80s. So the regular edition that I used to have, the Blu Ray edition that first came out, was kind of crappy, and I felt that this movie deserved special treatment. Now, one thing else I'll show you here, though, is there was a special edition released by FYE, exclusively to FYE, of the exact same edition, only with a different slipcover. And that is right here. I loved it. This is actually only the slipcover. I bought the movie just to get the slipcover because I'm crazy like that. Yeah, I know. Whatever. But anyway, and I just ended up just selling the movie. But yeah, I just had to get it just for the collection. Craig and I do the same thing with Scream Factory and now Arrow. If we get alternate slips, we just put them over a case, like an empty case, and then put the, you know, the protector sleeve over and just put it up on the shelf. You know, it just looks badass. But underneath, originally was the same art as that, so it didn't really look much different underneath. It's just a different slipcover. But had to get it. Just thought it was gorgeous looking. So, but exact same edition. So, all right, there's my 2 Arrow titles. Let's get into regular horror. All right, first one up here is the remake of Flatliners. I haven't heard actually that this was that good, but I still wanted to get it because I love the original. And apparently Kiefer Sutherland actually has a part in here, like a small part. But anyways, this is a remake. At first they were talking about it being an actual sequel, but then it turned into more of a remake. But I bought this really cheap. When it first came out, it was pretty expensive. It stayed at around like 20 to 25 bucks for the longest time, and I didn't want to buy it for that. But it finally went down to 15. It was on sale one day at Best Buy, so snagged it. But that's what this one's about. But still haven't watched it yet. I will soon, but there's Flatliners. I think it came out 2015 or 16. I don't know. Anyway. Next up here, I don't know, I think it was my March update. I got the first one to this, February or March, I don't remember, but I had to pick up the sequel, and that is Piranha. It's actually Piranha Double D, but this one's called Piranha 3D because it's actually the Blu Ray 3D copy, but you do get regular Blu Ray in there too. These movies are like, I don't know, one of the kings of cheesy horror. Right up there with like Sharknado. It's just really over the top, but that's what I love about it. So I had to pick up the sequel, and this is, you know, the sequel to the remake that came out. So, I mean, how could you not want to watch that movie? Oh my God. Next up, we got the latest installment in the Insidious franchise, and that is The Last Key. I buy all these. I really like the Insidious movies. I think they're really good. I don't really know which one's better than the others. They're all pretty good. Haven't watched this one yet, of course, but I had to pick it up when it came out because gotta have them all. So let me know if you guys have watched this movie yet. You know, if you guys, what you thought of it. So, all right, next up, I finally got my hands on all 5 of the scary movies. Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Worst one. I think Scary Movie is definitely the best. At least Scary Movie 1 is definitely like the best spoof movie. And to be honest with you, I think it was like basically one of the first ones, but they're fun movies. The first 2 are really good. 3's okay. 4 is when it starts going downhill for me, and then 5 is bleh, dog garbage crap. But why do I own it? Because I gotta have them all, man. Gotta have them all. It's the law, you know. Great films. I'm really happy to have all scary movie films on Blu Ray now. So found these from I think Facebook seller and then eBay. I got one of them off eBay. So, and the last horror title is a digibook, and that is The Exorcist. I got a kick-ass deal on this. Beautiful digibook. This is the extended director's cut and original theatrical version of the original Exorcist. I found this in a Facebook group for $7.50, and if you look this up online, it's a lot more than that. And it's in beautiful condition. It was used, but it's still gorgeous. I didn't actually, I own this only on DVD. I got part 3 through Scream Factory, and that's it. Then I had that DVD set of all of them. I got rid of that because I want to eventually get all these on Blu Ray now, but had to get the original. What better edition to get than this digibook? So beautiful. Absolutely loved it. So I had to pick it up. All right. There's all my horror titles. Let's get into Marvel DC. All right, I only got one, and that is the latest installment in the DC animated universe dealio. There's like, I don't know, 30 or 40 of those movies, and that is Suicide Squad: Hell to Pay. Haven't watched it yet. I haven't even watched the one before this, which is Gotham by Gaslight. But these are cool movies. I mean, I haven't seen them all, but I've seen quite a few, and they're pretty cool animated films. A lot of them are pretty dark. A lot of them have adult scenes and swearing and stuff. It's kind of funny, but in fact, this one, check this out. Strong bloody violence throughout, sexual content, brief graphic nudity, and some drug material in an animated film. But I've actually heard some good reviews about this from people. I don't know how legit that is, but we'll be checking it out soon. But had to get this, from now on. Now that I got the big collector's set, anytime a new one comes out, I just get the standard slipcover edition. So, and we do have another one that got announced that's coming out next, The Death of Superman. I think it's, I don't remember when, maybe July or August, but definitely be picking that up when it comes out. All right, A to Z titles. First one up here, Cellular. Cool movie. I found it really cheap at a pawn shop. Did I get it at a pawn shop? I don't know, whatever. This has got Kim Basinger in it, Chris Evans, younger Chris Evans, and then Jason Statham and William H. Macy. A really cool cast. Kind of a cool movie. I mean, not the greatest or anything, but it was definitely fun. Had to pick it up. Got it really super cheap, $3 or some shit. All right, next up is a newer title that came out, and that is My Friend Dahmer. So a movie that's supposed to be based on like the younger years of Dahmer, I guess. But I love biopics, stuff based on true stories. So it looked interesting, so I picked it up if you guys want to read about it. So, haven't checked it out yet, will soon. So, been so bad lately. I haven't been watching anything. I just buy movies, I don't watch them. So, I gotta get better. So, hopefully I'll have some extra time coming up and we'll actually start watching movies. All right, got a good one here. 40th Anniversary Edition, first time on Blu Ray, the original Cheech and Chong movie, Up in Smoke. Beautiful slipcover on here. This, of course, was released by Paramount. I was so happy to see that this was coming out. Like I said, this is basically the first movie, the first Cheech and Chong movie. They made a bunch after this, but this is the first original one, the funniest one, the best one, and what a cool edition. If you guys want to see like the special features, And if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know why you haven't seen it. It's been 40 years. But so funny, and I was so happy to see this come out. It was really cheap too, so awesome. Try actually watch it. The transfer is beautiful on this, in my opinion. So, and I mean, for its year, like it came out in the 70s, so to see him clean up a 70s movie can't be easy to do, and they did a good job. Another newer movie that came out that I still haven't watched, and Craig just is going to give me so much shit about it, but one of the most recent Mark Wahlberg films, and that is All the Money in the World, based on a true story of the Getty kidnapping. Again, another biopic type movie that I had to pick up, and Wahlberg. You gotta have everything Wahlberg. If you guys want to read about that, but gorgeous slipcover, and definitely one out of all the new movies I've bought recently. Definitely one I want to watch very soon. This one looks really good, and Craig said it rocked. So, All the Money in the World. Another newer film with Aquaman in it. Jason Momoa, who played Aquaman in Justice League, but a movie called Braven. This movie looked really cool, and it was really super cheap. I seen it was coming out, and I knew I wanted to pick it up. It also has Stephen Lang in here, who played the blind dude in Don't Breathe. But if you guys want to read about this one, it definitely sounds cool. And I really like Jason Momoa. I think he does a cool job in his character as Aquaman. So it'd be kind of cool to see him do something different. Yeah, looks good. I'll watch it one day, 100 years from now. All right, a title my son picked up for me for my birthday. Another true story movie, and that is The Disaster Artist. You get Dave and James Franco in here, and then Seth Rogen. It's basically based on that the movie, The Room, the making of the movie, and just all the craziness that went on, and it just looks cool. You know, if you guys want to read about that, but newer film, it looks really cool, and I mean, to top it off, I love James Franco and Seth Rogen in movies together. They're just great. But again, haven't watched it yet. 2 Golden Globe nominations for Best Picture and Best Actor. So, all right, next up, we had to get. You guys seen in my March update, I picked up the Steelbook of this when it came out, and now I had to get the slipcover edition because that's what I do. My son actually got this for me for my birthday with that other movie, but Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I thought the slipcover edition was gorgeous, by the way, but I had to own both. You know, I collect the Steelbooks, and then these are the ones I watch. So, but yeah, there's the slipcover edition. But you guys already heard 100 things about The Last Jedi. We won't talk about it. And the last A to Z title is one I was so happy to get, you guys. This one was expensive. And even the movie without the slipcover is expensive. And speaking of this movie, it's funny, my buddy Kirsten, the Blu Obsession, he actually just found this not too long ago. I think just within the last couple days or today or something like that. I don't know. He found it really cheap at a Half Price Books, and it didn't have a slipcover. I mean, but he don't care. He don't collect the slipcovers. But it was really cheap there. I don't know if he paid $6-7 or something for it. I can't remember. But that's actually pretty cheap just for the movie because it is like $20-some or more just for the movie without the slipcover. And if you try to get the slipcover, you're looking more $40 to $60. But I had to get it. It was the only Star Wars movie I didn't have, and that is Star Wars: The Clone War. Clone Wars. Wow. Look at that awesome lenticular slipcover. I knew that this movie existed on Blu Ray, but I didn't know it had this awesome slipcover until I started looking for it. And yes, it's just, oh my God. Now all my Star Wars movies, they kept the theme of all my Star Wars movies having slipcovers, at least all the recent ones. So, and I actually watched it. It was pretty good. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but it was pretty cool. And this is a film, even though it's an animated film, but it's set in between the events of 2 and 3. So, pretty badass. So happy I finally have that for my Star Wars collection. So cool, you guys. So, awesome. Happy to have that. All right, so we're down to 2 categories. Let's let Jess take over now. All right, it's Jess. Finally, she joins us. She didn't want any part of this update because she hates him so much.
Not true. I'm cooking dinner.
That's what I meant. So anyways, what'd you get, Jess? What'd you get?
I got season 2, season 3, and season 4 of Game of Thrones. And yes, I know, it's driving me nuts. Big box, no box, but it's okay for now.
I don't know. Like, I think they only come in one edition.
I thought they had the big box for those.
I don't know. I've been starting to realize that.
Okay, well, either way, it doesn't matter because in like 2 years.
Hi, buddy.
In 2 years, I'm gonna buy the big set, so it's okay.
Yeah, and then now they started coming out on 4K. We start buying them when they decide to start coming out on 4K.
Hi.
Whatever. Anyway, Jess is so much better than me because she actually has watched all 3 of these. She's already all... Do you have something to say?
Why is he acting like a spazzle?
I don't know.
I love when he howls.
Alright, we had to get rid of him. We stuffed him in the back room, but you can still kind of hear him. Anyways, but yeah, what was I saying? You've already watched all 3 of them.
I have, and I need to rewatch them again because they're amazing. And I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during the second season.
So now you need 5, 6, and 7.
Which I may or may not have.
There's 7, right? And they're currently on 8 right now. Like they're working on it or something.
I think they're about to start filming, and it's the very last season. So
it's a pretty badass show, huh?
When I get that big 4K box set in 2 years, it's gonna be a fun.
It's not exactly my style, but I have to admit, the couple times that I've watched a little bit of it, it's kind of cool, I guess. And you know, when I walk back and forth through the living room, and there's a great shot on screen of some girls, you know.
It's gonna be a long ass video because of me. All right, so season 2 and season 3. I thought they had names, but maybe I'm wrong. All men must die. Season 4, and they're all phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yep. Are we good now?
All right, we got one more category left, and you're gonna do it with me.
I am. I got dinner going. I gotta get it out of there.
Take 2 seconds.
Okay, quickly.
All right, the final category of this update, and thankfully, there's one, and that is Steelbooks. Surprisingly, I only got 1 Steelbook this month, but yeah, like everything
really
else,
seriously
there's like 10,000 Steelbooks in my next update.
It's so pretty.
This is a cool looking Steelbook, you guys. This came out in March, obviously, and that is the new edition of Grease Steelbook, all 3 in here. You get Grease 1, Grease 2, and the Grease Live, or whatever the hell that is, that Broadway thing or something. But cool slip.
It is so cute.
Steelbook.
Look at the back.
It's like a, you know, like a
locker.
Locker, you know. And here's the stuff on the back.
Like a locker. It's really cute.
This came out the same time Grease came to 4K, and they released a bunch of different editions. Like,
there was a different one that I thought was really pretty.
There was a slipcover edition for Blu Ray that had all 3 of these films in it, with a, like I said, with a slipcover. And then they released a slipcover 4K edition, and then they released that yearbook, digibook thing.
Yes, that's the one I wanted.
But that was only part 1. You know,
I don't
they didn't have the rest. But,
I
mean, not like I really care about the other ones, because the only one that's good is part 1. But so there's the front, there's the back. You already seen that. There's the spine, and take out all 30,000 of these discs.
It's so cute. I like that they kept the discs blue.
Yeah.
Like baby powder blue.
Here's the inside. So it's like a bunch of like yearbook picture type looking things, you know?
It's cute.
So yeah, this a cool Steelbook. I like Grease. It's one of those movies that I am not afraid to admit. I know I'm a guy. So yeah, there you go. Brand new Grease Steelbook. Kick ass. So, all right. That'll do it for pickups for April. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this update. Like I said, it wasn't big, but still some pretty cool titles. But again, speaking of this month, which you'll see very soon at the beginning of June.
It's scary.
I'm going to get this shit out quick.
It's very scary.
Yeah, it is huge, you guys. I went absolutely insane. Completely out of control. But not only is it a friggin' million titles, it is such cool shit. It is going to be the coolest, the best Blu-ray update I've ever done. It will be long. I'm going to do everything I can to try to make it as quick as possible. I know it's going to end up being probably 2 videos. Yeah, be on the lookout for that coming soon. So thank you for being patient for my April pickups. I know I take forever to do this shit, but I'm a busy man, like I said before. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Hit that like button right down below. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of the pickups. Share the video around. Subscribe if you have not.
Yeah, buddy.